Alright guys, the 2xKO closed beta is officially over, and that means I'm going to be depressed for the next 4 days until I can play on Tuesday again. This game has been extremely fun, and in that time of the closed beta, I was able to achieve Challenger rank, which is top 100 ranked in your region, right? I ended out in, let me see here, rank 87. My win percentage is a little low, 57%, because I switched characters around quite a bit and played ranked because that's where all the good people were at. And then once I found my team, Yasuo Alawi, is when I actually started to cook. With that said, I'm making a guide to how to fight against Yasuo. A lot of people are having trouble with him. A lot of people consider him to be the best character in the game. And honestly, I probably agree with that. The character is super cracked. He has a lot of mix-ups. He uses assists very well. He doesn't need assists. He can play by himself very well. We see a lot of like Juggernaut Yasuos. And yeah, I mean, the character is really good. So I'm gonna try and give you some tips to help mitigate the issues that a lot of players are having with him. And yeah, let's get right into it. This character is pretty crazy, I will admit, but there are some ways that you can kind of mitigate the craziness with him. So first off, Yasuo has really good range, right? This 5S1 goes super far. You can just call an assist. He also has stance heavy, stance down heavy to control all of that space. So he does have weaknesses though, right? So once you start getting into this range where 5M whiffs and 5S1 whiffs, he kind of really can't do much without sacrificing a lot of startup frames, right? With calm stance. So you kind of want to be in this range where 5S1 is going to whiff, and you want to wait for him to kind of throw it out or wait for him to use his assist before you try to get in on him. So one thing a lot of people have trouble with is this cross-up right here. People say it's so hard to react to because of everything else that you're looking for, and it truly is. This cross-up right here is super strong. You can call assist behind it if you want, tag, get a full combo. He can go back into stance after, which I don't know if he should keep that in the full game, because he can just go back into stance and go like that, and if you're not A1 with your punish, he literally just gets away for free, right, if you block it. So the one way you beat both of those things from happening is you have to parry this move. He does have a visual cue, right? Once you see him going into this little stance right here, you kind of want to do parry, right? Because he can't cancel out of it before the move comes out. So if he's doing a block string on you and then it goes randomly into this, you'll see him going into that little stance, and that's when you want to hit the parry button. I recommend trying this in training mode a couple times before you actually do it in a match, only because you're going to lose out on that bar if you're incorrect on the timing. So that's one thing. Another thing people have trouble with is his double overhead, which I agree is pretty hard to block sometimes, right? Alright, so this double overhead, you also have to parry that. So this is the thing. A lot of Yasuo players will default to doing the mix into double overhead like this, and they'll automatically try to go into charge that's 2 there, which you can also just parry immediately after, and you'll get a punish on him. So let me set the bot to record real quick so I can show you guys. Looping, recording slot, okay. And that right there is super negative anyway, so if you were to block it and they don't do anything, well, if you were to block it anyway, you get a punish on them, right? Let's see. And then if they don't do the charge that's 2 after, they're negative. They just float down, right? So you can either 2H them there. It's not a punish, but it's still your turn after that. My advice would be to try and parry this anytime you can, because even if they do a true block string here, the parry won't come out, right? So like I mentioned, usually the Yasuo player, unless they're really good, are going to start off trying to do a double overhead on you because it's hard to block, and you know, it's new, new game, people don't know how to deal with it yet. But if you block all this, big medium punish, and then like I was mentioning earlier, parry is really good here, because if they don't make that a true block string, you get a punish, and if they do, your parry doesn't come out. See, I still input parry there. and I just stayed blocking. So that's something really good to do there. All right, so let's go back over some of his special moves again. So this right here, Windwall, super good. The Windwall by itself stops projectiles, and he has 2 follow-ups he can do from it. Either S1 gives you this giant slash, S2 gives you this tornado. So another thing, a lot of Yasuo players, right, they'll do Windwall and they'll wait for their opponent to see what their opponent's going to do first. This right here is a mind game, because if I immediately go into tornado, that's a lot of recovery I have. So let me show you guys. Let's set the bot to record. Do Windwall immediately into tornado. Punish, right? Super jump over it. I mean, it's hard to do, but you can get it. And then super jump will also punish if he does face the wind immediately into beam, right? That didn't punish exactly, but so you don't need to super jump for that one. You could just regular jump if you know he's gonna do it. But super jump will beat the tornado as well. And the reason why this is a mind game is because the Yasuo player has so much recovery after doing the wind wall. He wants to see what you're going to do first, if you're going to stay on the ground or if you're going to try to run up on him, because this is very committal, right? If the opponent is preemptively jumping in and you just auto default to doing wind wall beam or wind wall tornado, you're gonna get jumped in on and you're gonna get a full combo hit on you. And then the second layer to this, right, once the Yasuo player sees that you're jumping over, he'll just wait, right? He'll call wind wall, he's gonna wait for you to jump and then try to 2H. So once you get to that layer, you want to start switching it up a little bit, start calling assists in before you do your jump in, just so that he's not able to hit this huge 2H on you, because this is probably the best 2H in the game. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's super like it has so much range, it covers so much space behind him as well, and then he just gets full combo off of it anytime. So yeah, it's a lot of RPS, a lot of mind games with Yasuo, and his backdash is super good, so it's super easy for him to get away in situations. But yeah, I would say those are the main tips I would give to fighting against him. You could also, it's kind of risky, but as soon as you see him going into stance short hop like this, you could try to parry that first hit, because some Yasuos will try to put you in a mix up here where they go either same side or they cross up. You want to make sure you parry that first hit, or at least try to, like, show the option, because you don't have to input a side when you do parry, right? Parry blocks both left and right. So let's see, I'm gonna set 2 recordings real quick. So if I see him going for it, boom. Doesn't even matter which side he's going to. And right there, it showed why it's risky, right? If he messes up and he doesn't do the light there, if he's not close enough, you just wasted a bar. The recording's a little weird. Doesn't matter which side he ends up on, you can just hit parry while you're holding back, and then you get a 2H punish. So it's playing Yasuo is about showing what you know and showing how to deal with the mix-ups that he's trying to get off on you, and then it just becomes mind games, right? RPS, like any other fighting game. So those are my tips and tricks on how to fight against this character. If you thought this was helpful at all, please leave a comment down below and like the video and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'll catch y'all later.